I'm Angie, and you're watching Dontaesboxingnation.
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So some really good news. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, the undisputed champion Jermell Charlo, will most likely be fighting against Tszyu in his very next fight. You know, that's the one thing that comes with being the undisputed champion. You're going to have a lot of mandatories. But with Jermell Charlo being in arguably the deepest division in all of boxing, all of his mandatories are tough challenges and big fights. Tszyu, son of the great Tszyu, has proven to be a serious threat to anyone in the division. Although I do pick Jermell Charlo to win this fight, most likely by stoppage. You know, within the last year or so, we've gotten to finally see the best fight the best. And Team USA is on a hell of a winning streak. We just seen USA versus Australia last weekend with Devin Haney becoming the undisputed champion, beating George Kambosos. And I don't believe that winning streak is going to end when we see another battle of USA versus Australia when it comes to Jermell Charlo versus the very dangerous Tszyu. According to the WBO president, both fighters have agreed to all terms to fight against each other. They're just trying to figure out a date right now, but the fight will most likely take place in November or December. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that clip that I played for you guys at the beginning of this video. That was obviously the post-fight press conference after Jermell Charlo knocked out Castaño, and you seen how agitated he got when the reporter asked Jermell Charlo, is he going to be fighting against Tszyu next? You know, when a lot of fans see the way that the Charlo brothers react to someone calling them out, they would interpret the Charlo brothers' reaction as them not wanting to fight that guy that's calling them out, whether it's Terrence Crawford or Tszyu. This report proves that Jermell Charlo, he most likely wants all of the smoke, and the fact that Jermell didn't vacate the belts right now is also a good indication that if Terrence Crawford were to beat Errol Spence the end of this year, Jermell is going to stick around. He's going to defend his titles and fight against Terrence Crawford rather than vacating the belts. Because if Jermell didn't want to fight Terrence Crawford, assuming that he wins the Errol Spence fight, the smartest thing to do would be to vacate the belts immediately after you become undisputed. And that's not what Jermell Charlo did. So I find it hard to believe that if Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, Jermell is going to announce that he's vacating all of the belts and moving up to 160. I don't think Jermell is going to do that. I think the only way Jermell Charlo will move up to 154 after the results of Spence versus Crawford is if Errol Spence wins the fight and announces he's moving up to 154. But at the end of the day, for any of those fights to take place, Jermell Charlo has to get past the very dangerous Tszyu the end of this year, which will be another great fight. As Don King said when he was promoting the Larry Holmes versus Jerry Cooney fight, race sells in the sport of boxing. And in a fight like this, America's old media, they're going to be rooting for the Australian fighter Tszyu really hard. Old media reporters from ESPN, Ellie Setback, the whole gang. Matter of fact, Ellie Setback, he did an interview with Robert Garcia after the weigh-in of the George Kambosos Devin Haney fight. And he told Robert Garcia that George Kambosos has already won the first round 10-7 because he called Devin Haney a rat, as if he was celebrating and co-signing the fact that George called Devin a rat in the first place. Kambosos and the rest of old media, they were praying to God that this whole rat stuff would get in Devin Haney's head and give George Kambosos the additional boost that he needed. But I told you guys the week before that fight, George calling Devin Haney rats and snitches, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to help him win the fight. The racial element is what's really going to sell this fight. So I look forward to watching this one right here. We should get an official announcement really soon. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
How has this changed your life, man?
It's been good. It's been good. I feel younger, look younger. Taking
the younger girls. I just can't scratch that, but it's been good. It's been good. I like the look. I like the feel. I feel more confident now. It was money well spent, should I say.
Cool. Now, in terms of the response, what has been people said, like, as people being like, hey, you know, what do you have on your head, or things of that sort?
The most response I get is like, yo, what barber you go to? Or they get, you know, such a close shave with, you know, everything lined up so sharp and everything. And, you know, then I go into explaining to them the procedure of what I had done and everything. You know, they always like, I would never know if you didn't come.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man ScalpCarolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Tszyu Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to Tszyu.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.